Okay guys, it's end of 2019. Let's talk about where the Lethal Camaro is sitting and what's happening with it. What's going on, guys? Matt over here, Lethal Garage, and today is a day I want to talk about. Well, it's the end of the year. It's end of 2019. We have a 6th gen Camaro out there getting soaking wet. You guys know I never put my car in the rain, but we've been working on the 71, and when we do that, the 6th gen has to go outside, and unfortunately, it's misting. It's not even really raining in what most of you guys would consider rain, but whatever. She's soaking wet. It's okay, she's ceramic coated, we'll just blow it all off. But it's that time of year where we talk about what's going on with the car, what are the plans, but also what's been going on with the car. As many of you guys know, after Camaro Con, I've literally done nothing. Well, there's a reason for that, one of which I took a little break. After all the planning and getting Camaro Con together, I needed some time. I needed some time with the family, I needed some time to regroup, I needed some time to recoup everything. And the show was amazing. I do appreciate everyone who made it out to come to Camaro Con. I think the show was a big success, and we are doing it again next year in October at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. But let's talk about the Lethal Camaro. So as you guys know, we ran personal best this year at Camaro Con in a car on a street tune after a rebuild. Ran a 966. I'm really happy with that time considering, but I am sad that we didn't get the car to go out more times this year. Now there's still a couple more weekends left in this year, potentially gonna be able to take it out. Redless group, the Redless event was supposed to happen today. It rained out. I wasn't gonna be able to make it anyways because of my air conditioner. Now you can be like, well, it's an air conditioner. What do you need an air conditioner for? It's a race car. Well, my race car uses an inner chiller, and it seems that my compressor started acting up at Camaro Fest in July this year, but it kicked back on. Things were working fine again, and then it cut out again. And then at Camaro Con, it was completely dead. So my car ran a 9.6 with the fluids flowing through it. The IATs were in the 170s. It's basically breathing fire going down the track running a 9.6, which is, in my opinion, pretty impressive in its own right on a street tune. But we didn't get a chance to really dial it in. By the time we packed the thing with ice, it melted before we got to the lines, and the temps were right back where they were. So unfortunately, we just didn't get to see what the car can do with the rebuild, with the new cam, the new converter, the heads, all that stuff. We still haven't even gotten her dyno tuned, so we don't know what kind of numbers she's even putting down at this point. But we do know we're pretty close to maxing out the Whipple supercharger. She's spinning as fast as she can. Max RPM range on those rotors is 18,000 RPM. I think with the 9.1 lower and the 3.25 upper, we're pretty dang close, if not already there. I'd have to do the math, but I think it's there. We're running C16. We're gonna move back away from C16 because it's the cost of it is just like $100 for 5 gallons is ridiculous. I can't afford that. We're gonna go back to E85, but we're gonna have to do methanol, which I hate to concede to, but we are gonna take the car out the way it is with C16, let it run, see if we can actually beat any sort of record. So as of right now, the only 6th gen Camaro that has run with Whipples in times that are fast is in the low 9.4s. So my goal with the car as it sits right now is see if we can get in the 9.4, 9.2 range, and then start going from there. Now, first and foremost, I'm not gonna be able to compete with some of the fastest guys out there. I'm just not. I don't have the funds, I don't have the time, and I don't really have the desire to be like, oh, I got the world record. Like 6th gen Mike out there, he has an SS car running 8.6s. I think he's even gonna be going faster by the time this video goes live, or potentially, I don't know. But he holds the record for the fastest trap speed of a 6th gen Camaro, and props to him. Him and New Era have been working really hard on that car, getting it dialed in. He ran a super fast pass at Camaro Con, actually broke the initial record there, and then re-broke his record, I think, up at Famoso Raceway at a closed track event, or I don't know what event it was, but he went up there, ran even faster. So again, huge shout out to him. He's doing great. You got Nick Guitarmageddon, if you guys don't know who he is. He's been running, as you know, he's got 2 ZL1s. His 5th gen ZL1's been kind of quiet. I haven't seen him create much content around there, but he's been really focused on his 6th gen ZL1, and he's running the fastest trap speed and the fastest ET for a ZL1 specific car. Not as fast as Mike. Mike still holds the record overall for all 6th gen Camaros, at least that we know of. And then Nick is close on his heels, just running crazy times in a car that doesn't have it's a street car. It doesn't have all the safety equipment, doesn't have all that stuff, which scares me in a sense. And I know there's guys out there that are, oh, I'm not going to make it a full race car, so I'm going to leave it street car. Dude, when you're running 8-second passes in a car, like, you should go full safety. Like, I'm just saying. And it's not so much maybe for your life, but maybe for all your loved ones and everything. Because if something happens, you're moving. And if you hit a wall, those airbags aren't quite enough to save you at 140, 150, or in Nick's case, 160 miles an hour. Yeah, I'm kind of calling Nick out in that. Like, I'm not a proponent of driving unsafe, and I never will be. And I know there's a lot of guys that just don't care. Like, Nick fully built his 5th gen with the roll cage and everything that is needed to be safe there. I'm just baffled he knows he's running faster in a car that's not caged. But I get it. It's a street car. He doesn't want to make it an everyday race car. It just, yeah. I guess if you're at, I guess you're never running at NHRA tracks. You can just run at tracks that aren't. So that's good. You can still run it. Either or. With my car, as you know, the compressor died on it, so the inner chiller's not working, so we're not getting good cold temps on the car. The compressor's back ordered. It's been back ordered from GM. We're waiting for it to come in. It sounds like there's a good chance we'll get the compressor here in the next couple days. So we're gonna go ahead and actually replace the compressor, replace the condenser as well, because we did find out there's a bulletin out there for the compressor being an issue on some of the earlier model Camaros. And so, and GM specifically highlights to replace the compressor and the condenser. So if that was the issue with my car, we're gonna go ahead and replace all of that and hopefully resolve the issues and get the inner chiller working as it should. That being stated, everything else is actually in pretty good shape. We would like to still work on the suspension on the car, but it's launching really nice with the FTI converter and literally stock springs and stock mag ride. Obviously, we have a 15-inch conversion in the rear running Mickey Thompson's. They're Pro Series tire. There's new tires out now. We'd like to get those, test those out on the car. Obviously, we put the roll cage. There's still the chute we got to put on. There's still the cutoff switch and a whole bunch of other things to be able to be full legal to our cage rating, which is an 850. So the ultimate goal with the car is to, you know, in 2020 is get into the 8s. So as you guys know, or maybe you don't know, my plan is to push the Whipple supercharger as far as we can and then swap right on over to a Maggie 2650. So yes, I am going to be joining Team Magnuson here. That 2650 is, it's insane. You know, guys are running amazing numbers. Now, do I think I'll be able to compete with some of the fastest guys out there? I don't know. I don't think I'll ever run an 8.6, but I definitely would like to play in the 8.9, 8.8 range and see what the Lethal Camaro can do. Because honestly, I think if you can get an 8-second 6th gen Camaro, you're doing something right. And yeah, and I think Red Barn Racing will help us get there. The biggest thing is just me. It's my inability to go out all the time and be able to race the car and do all these things. It's, you know, I've been really impressed with what Mike has done with the car. He's tuning it. He is basically, I mean, he did basically build the engine. We both assembled the rebuild on the engine, which ended up just being a stupid timing chain issue and some sprockets, which I guess in the long run that's good, but it also allowed us to rebuild the car in a way that got us away from everything else that just seemed to not be good. The cam spec was weird. The converter was bad. Like, just, you know, it wasn't good. Now we're launching the car. Things are running great. It sounds amazing. It's running amazing. And I can cruise it down the street and it actually shifts normal. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm really a big fan. Towards the end of the year, obviously you guys know I added the Anvil Auto carbon fiber 6th gen notch spoiler. I really love the look that it added to the car. Looks super clean. And yeah, unfortunately, you still have the white tip life with a C16. I can clean the tips and literally start the car idle and turn it off, and they're already white and gray again. So anytime I go somewhere, I have to clean them. But outside of that, I think the car is looking pretty good for a drag car. I mean, it is a straight up drag race car. And my keys inside, so Can't really show you the interior right now, but the cage is in. I still got to get the passenger seat in, so that's on the to-do list. But really, it's getting the AC unit good to go, getting the passenger seat in, and just go race this thing. Dial her in, see what the best times we can get, and go play with the fast guys. Yeah, I want to be a fast guy. Do you guys want to be a fast guy? I know there's a lot of you guys out there have amazing cars. They're running really nicely. You know, let me know below. What have you been doing to your car? What are your plans? I think aiming for 8 seconds is pretty admirable for this car. Unfortunately, the DI motors, there's just so much you have to do with it to be able to get DI to performance max, and then you're gonna hit max. And I know a lot of guys that are running some of this XDI or XQI, I don't even know. There's like the 65% projectors and an additional DI pump, and it's like they're having problems. Belts are falling off, fitment issues. It's just no one's really solved the DI pump problem 100%, at least not a clean install. So I don't know if we'll go down that path. I'd like to see where we can go. We'll probably have to upgrade the injectors at some point. The 65% flow. I have the 30% from FIC, fuel injector connection. They do have I believe they have a 60% or 65% setup that's either coming out or just came out that I'd like to upgrade to, just to give us some more flow, especially knowing we're gonna go back to E85 with some methanol to get into those 8.8s, 8.9 range. So that's where we're at. That's where everything's going. So I do want to just take this time and give a huge shout out to all of you guys who watch and support the channel. Without all of you guys, there wouldn't be the funds to keep pushing these cars forward. Obviously, you guys know I have a whole family, so my day job consumes most of my finances. You know, I got 4 boys that I'm feeding. I got a beautiful wife, got a couple dogs, and we live in California. It's ridiculously expensive, and unfortunately my job's here, so I have to stay here for the time being. I'd love to move out of state. Maybe one day Texas, I don't know, I gotta convince my wife. It just has to get bad. California has to get bad to where it affects her. It hasn't done that yet with her homeschooling. It's been getting there. So if that happens, we're out. The other thing is I have no room. We got to get into a house. We got to build our own house. We got to get our own property. We got to build a proper lethal garage. And I think that's on the docket. I don't know if that's something that's going to happen next year, but it is something that we would like to do. So yeah, but keep checking out the videos. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed all the content around the car. Hopefully you guys are looking forward to see what we can do with the car. I hope we can push the boundaries and get into the top 5 fastest 6th-gen Camaros out there. I think it's definitely possible. We've spent the money, we have the setup, the motor is ready to do it. It's me driving it there. I have a capable tuner, capable builder, all the right parts, all the right partners. I'm just really happy that I've been able to do what I've been able to do on the channel, and I'm honored that you guys still watch and still tune in and want more. So let me know what more you guys want to see. I am trying to come up with more video ideas. I have a lot of 5th gen stuff coming. My dad's car, obviously, there's some stuff we're going to be doing there with videos around that. We haven't done as many as I hoped we would have had it done at this point, but it's just where we're at. So outside of that, the 71 content is still coming in full steam because this car is going to be up and running by March. Hopefully, for those of you who've tuned in and watched some of the content around this car, hopefully you've enjoyed it. But there's a ton to do here. There's not a lot to do there outside of just let's get her dialed in, fixed up, and go racing. Like, the car's completely drivable right now. It's just you can't really hammer it without the supercharger temps getting dragon breathing hot, and that's not conducive for good times or salvaging your supercharger because things just cooking itself. So I rambled. That was a lot of talking. Either or, that's where we're at. That's what's going on. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for all the just inspiration, the posts you guys send me on Instagram, the messages here, our comments down below. You guys are awesome. And even the trolls, love you all. All of you. Not all the time. Like 99% of the time. Yeah, that's all I got. Until next time, guys, hope to see you on the road.